So I would like to talk about Mapbender and want to introduce you how you can create applications for your need in the web, and also give a insight on the project and what we are working on at the moment. So I think we have a mixed audience here, maybe newcomer, maybe people who know Mapbender already, and I hope for everyone there's something you will take back from this um, presentation. So my name is Astrid Emde. I'm from Bonn, from the WARE group, and I'm really a long member in the Mapbender team. So I've been talking about Mapbender in 2006 already at FOSS4GE in um, Lausanne at that time, and I'm in the project steering committee of Mapbender and in some other activities you can see here on the slide. And I'm working together with these people in the project steering committee for Mapbender. And there you can see Thorsten Hack. He's the most important person at the moment in the team, and he's our core developer of Mapbender. And with this team, we make decisions about where development is going to. And we also have more developer working on Mapbender. They are all from the WARE group company. We try to spread and attract more developers. So if you like to join, you are welcome. And WARE group is a company in Germany which works on many open source solutions since many years. So you might have heard of us. So what is Mapbender? Let's have a look at the news and a look to the future. But first, I want to show you how Mapbender could look like. So this is a Mapbender demo application that you will get on installation. And it's a WebGIS client suite that you can configure for your needs. So you have template applications that you can use, and afterwards you can configure Mapbender as you like. And Mapbender is a client that works together with open layers, and you can integrate WMS services in your application. So the services can come from all sides, from different OWS provider, and you integrate them in your application nicely. So this was a front end that you saw, and now a Mapbender comes with a back end. So you have a web administration back end that you can use to administrate your applications. You have to log in to do so, and then this screenshot shows how you could administrate the layout of your application. So as you could see before, you have this toolbar, you have a footer, you have a side pane and the map. And in the back end, you can add more elements or change the order or disable elements as you need. And it's easy to copy an application. So you could make a template and then duplicate it as you like. So to make a summary, Mapbender is a WebGIS client suite with an administration web interface. You can create applications without writing a single line of code that might attract non-developers, and it makes Mapbender easy to use. You just need a browser to administrate it. You can create any number of applications with only one installation. So you could create applications for different customer or for different departments. It's very easy. And you can create and maintain a OWS repositories. That's for your services. So Mapbender gets to know your services, for example, your WMS. Then you can create users and groups in Mapbender and assign the grant for from a user or group to an application. So only a subset of your user can see, for example, an application. You have several languages that we support, and if you like to add your language to Mapbender, you are welcome and can make a pull request. Mapbender is modular, so we give you a new version. It's a package, but you can add your functionality to Mapbender easily. So you could program a new element and then add it to Mapbender. And if it's a very attractive one, you could make a pull request, and then we will review and maybe we will add it to the core Mapbender. So you can add your own design as well, and you can override settings of the main code that we provide. Mapbender is MIT license, and it was the first OSGU project that was incubated in 2006. My colleague Arnulf Christel was working in that, so it's quite an old project, but we don't use the original code from that time nowadays, but there was a refactoring some years ago, so it's quite up-to-date software. We are using Symfony and the framework. It's a PHP framework and all sorts of libraries integrated in Mapbender. So here are some links. That's where you find the code. We have a nice documentation where we explain every element. We have workshop material, and we have a gallery and a demo where you can try out Mapbender. So some requirements: you have to run Mapbender on your server. That means that you need a web server on your server. It could be Apache or Nginx. You need PHP, and you have to activate some extensions. And everything that you configure in this administration backend is saved in a database. So when we create the build package from Mapbender, the download package, we ship an SQLite database. But if you want to use it in production, we recommend to use PostgreSQL, but you also could, for example, use MySQL. Then Mapbender provides a lot of functionality. So we talk about elements that we provide, and we have many elements that you can use in your application, or if you don't need it, for example, if you don't need the print element, you can deactivate it in your application. So we have elements for visualization, for navigation, to create new objects, to edit data, to print, to search, and that's all out of the box. It comes with a build package. So this is, for example, how the mobile application looks like. So Mapbender offers a template application. We offer 3 template application on installation, and you are free to copy them and then build your own application out of it. And the template application that demonstrate the functionality. So most of the features that we have are part of this demo application, and you can have a look and use them and see what is possible. So we are now at version 4.3 at the moment. It was published some weeks ago. And we had many updates and improvements since the major release for 0. And here I added some changelog document links. So if you want to have a look what happened in the meantime, you can visit the links. We try to make it sure that you can update from an older version to the new version, so it's not trouble to switch to a new version. And we have many customers around. Many of them are in German language locations. So you could have a look here at the reference page from our Mapbender documentation and see how Mapbender could look like. And maybe already from the screenshot, you see that Mapbender could look very different. So I also already said that the design you can adopt to your corporate design, so you can create individual applications for your needs. So this is a login page, so you could make this individual already with your image and your logo, and then you can provide through roles that you create. You can create users with a password, and like this, people can log in to Mapbender and get access to their applications. You also could connect Mapbender with your LDAP Active Directory, for example, and get the information about and administrate it with LDAP. So here you have a Mapbender application as well with a splash screen. And for example, you could use the measure tool. And here you can see, you can measure and get the result, how big this area is. You could modify every element in the backend. So this is an example how you can modify, for example, this side pane. You can change the size of the side pane or the layout of the side pane. And this is provided for every element and every region. For example, here you have the information for an object. This is feature info from WMS, and you can provide this information in the side pane and find out about the objects that you added to your application. Here you see again this measure functionality. You can also add it to the side pane, and you can measure lines or areas, and then if you want, you can print the result. To make the application individual, you can define your own symbols, for example. So we have a file where you can add, for example, new symbols. So you could add individual symbols, and they are, in this case, we take them from Awesome form. And yeah, if you need more symbols, it's easy to add them. You can provide translations. So every word in Mapbender is set via a parameter, and you only have to translate it to your language, and then you can provide this. Here you, yeah, this is how it looks like. There are many YAML files with the translation, and this is how it works. And you could overwrite code. So in this case, you see there's this landing page, and at the top you see individual text from a customer. So you only have to overwrite the file, and then it will show up here. And also you could overwrite CSS. What you can see here is a search element. So Mapbender provides the possibility to search on your data in your PostgreSQL database. So it's easy. You can add a search element and refer to your PostgreSQL table with your data. Then you can decide which columns you would like to provide in the form to search in. You can also create choices where you can choose, for example, in this case, a province, and then you can decide which columns you would show in the result. And we have a new button here, so you can export everything as CSV if you like. And yeah, there's a new configuration in this case that you have to add to provide this. This is another example of the search, and here you can see that it is sortable, and you can design the result style. So in this case, I have a different design for the results, and if you hover on the results or you click on the results, there's a different color and maybe a labeling you would like to show. We also, yeah, here you see the labeling, and I can decide which columns I want to choose for the labeling. And I hope I could show you how easy it is somehow. You have to write a configuration to create such a search, but you could search on all your data in your database. So maybe lamps or trees or whatever you want, and you can create more than one search in your application. You also can print PDF, so you can design your own template with your logo and your own design and provide PDF print from A4 till A0 as you like. Then you have a digitizer functionality, so you can provide editing and creation of data. So it's similar to the search element. You have to write a configuration where you say which table you would like to provide for editing and which columns you would like to fill with the digitizing, and whether they are points or polygons or lines. And then it's easy to create new features through Mapbender, and you even can design every feature and provide a style for every single object that you created. Then you can upload files like GeoJSON, KML, or GML and use this in your application. So it's a data upload, and a quite new feature is the routing feature. So we implemented a routing which sends the request through the OSRM routing machine, and you can click on the map to find the start and the end of your navigation, or you also could write down a road or an address that you would like to route, and this address will be found via a solar search, and yeah, this is quite a nice new element, and it will be maybe get more features. So open source routing machine is just one routing server that we could support. There could be PG routing or Grasshopper, which could be added in the future. Something that is quite new is Mapbender API. So we invented for some commands that you do on the browser, maybe to create an application or to load a WMS, you can do this via our API now as well. And this is connected to the permission handling as well. So as you can see here, this is a screenshot of the permission handling. So you see I have different settings here for the application who is allowed to get access. And the same we have now for the API. You can see at the top, I can define who is now able to use this API and who can upload files. And you might ask, why do I need this? We invented a plugin. So we created a plugin. It's called QGIS to Mapbender. There will be a lightning talk later this day. And this plugin you can activate in QGIS. You can create your QGIS project. And then you can say, okay, I would like to transfer it on my server and I want to publish it in Mapbender. And this is just by click. So you can transfer your project on the server and then you get this application where the project is already published. So you can try out and there's a link to a blog article where you can check. Then there's a nice element as well. It's called Query Builder. It's similar to the search router maybe. You can define a title, you can define an SQL, and then in the application you can run the Mapbender will run the SQL and show you the results here in a dialog, or you can download them via Excel spreadsheet or CSV. And we have Docker integration, so you can run Mapbender on Docker. That's quite nice. It's platform independent, so you can run it on different operation system. And just to wrap it up, so we have some more things we are working on. So we can duplicate elements in your application. This is new. You will have a new button, so you can easily copy an element. Sometimes you need it twice in your application. We worked on accessibility improvements, so you can navigate from one element to the other via the up button. So we, this is maybe the main thing we did. We support new data sources. So it's has been there in refactoring, and now it will be easier to add more data sources like Mapbox vector tiles will be the next data source, and OGC API features we are implementing. And we want to make improvements in the design. Here are some drafts where we want to go. And we are working on 3D support in Mapbender. So this is a discussion that is going on and hopefully it will be there soon. So yeah, there are some minor things that we are working on. We are refactoring an element. It's called View Manager. We want to provide a filter in the layer tree and the routing will get some improvements. And to come to an end, there will be version 4.2 and this will come soon, so maybe July or August, and then version 4.3 will come maybe at the end of the year. So looking forward for the new versions. And if you are close to Cologne, you could come to our Anwendertreffen. It will be in German, so if you like to talk with us about Mapbender, you can come around. And if you want to work in the community sprint on Mapbender, you are welcome. So we could sit together on Saturday. Okay, I hope you like this introduction in Mapbender, and I'm open for questions.
Okay, thank you. There's time for some questions. Otherwise, I can start. I have a few. Okay. So, one is talk about the references and the showcases. I guess most of them are from the public sector.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any interesting out of the public sector use cases?
Yes, yes, we have many installations that you can't visit publicly because there are some companies, they have internal Mapbender solutions with maybe elements or functionality we designed for them. So we have a customer and they have, for example, on login, the applications is specially created for filtered users. So as I showed you, you can log in, and then if you have the access to an application, it will be the same for every user that logs into this application. But on this use case, um, on opening of the application, all the WMS get a filter, for example, and the data gets a filter. And like this, the administration only had to create one application for several users, but it will be different for everyone who is logging in, dependent on their rights or their filter on the data. And we have like big companies using Mapbender, so they all use them in the internet. For example, traffic companies or electricity companies or water and I don't know the English word, but big companies using them as a portal to see where they are, find their water pipelines, and if there's a problem, they can see it there. Or in the um, wind parks, we have many new customer in this new sector, renewable energy. So it's quite popular in.
Thank you. Any other questions? I have another.
Yeah, good.
You said in the requirements that you have PHP, SQLite or Postgres, the web server. Are you requiring on installation for any specific map serving software? Or you
No.
are
Yeah.
standard compliant with any
Yeah.
OGC?
Yes, yes, that's a good question because sometimes people think that Mapbender provides a map server as well. So, but this is not integrated. It's only a client that brings together the different sources. So you can use GeoServer Maps, WMS, Map Server WMS, QGIS Server WMS, Degree WMS. So it's open for everyone. But maybe a nice story about, for example, when QGIS server came up and people started to use QGIS server, we found out that the layer ordering is the other way around than map server. So we had to think about, oh, what's the truth? So which ordering is the right one? And in the end, it showed up that, yeah, there is no truth. So then we provided in Mapbender a functionality where you can switch the ordering, and now it's easy to use with both of them. Yeah. But I would recommend if you really work with QGIS server, it might be interesting to see this QGIS to Mapbender lightning talk. Hmm.
Okay, thank you. That's all for us.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Klaus, please.